Well, in a time where a lot of cruise information is uncertain, we've got some information today about Carnival Cruise Line directly from the president, Christine Duffy. Some big revelations about the future of Carnival Cruise Lines coming up. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cruise News Show. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news. Well, this is exactly what we're talking about today. What is the future of cruising? And very specifically, what is the future of Carnival Cruise Line? The president of Carnival Cruise Line, her name is Christine Duffy. She released a video on the 3rd of December directed toward crew members. Our friend Jason over at the Degenerate Cruiser YouTube channel alerted me to this video. Make sure you check out the Degenerate Cruisers. And this is a video that's posted on YouTube. I'm assuming it's been posted by a crew member. I'm not really sure what the backstory is. If you are a Carnival Cruise Line crew member, please let me know if you got this video and what the source of it was. The way I'm going to approach this video is I've scripted out a few questions that I get asked frequently here on the YouTube channel, and I'll pose the question and we'll jump into the video and let President Christine Duffy answer it. The very first question I have is, all right, Carnival Cruise Line, we know that the CDC lifted the no-sail order and that you could begin sailing. What's the deal with all of these cancellations? Why do you keep canceling even though the CDC has said that there is a process that you can return to sailing? That question's been asked a lot. I've done my best to answer it, but now let's let Christine Duffy give the reason why. All right, I'm going to include the intro also just so you get a sense of where Christine Duffy's coming from.
Hello to our Carnival team. I hope this message finds you and your families healthy and safe. As you know, the situation we are in continues to evolve, but we were excited to receive the conditional order from the CDC, which has now laid out specific requirements for cruise lines to resume operating in the U.S. Unfortunately, this happened at about the same time that we are experiencing the second wave of COVID cases, both in Europe and in North America, which has raised further concerns about cruising overall at this time.
All right, so a very simple answer. Why has Carnival canceled all these cruises into 2021, even though the no-sail order has expired? Well, COVID. It's not a tough puzzle to solve there. Another question that we get frequently here is, when are cruise ships coming back to the United States? And of course, we know the Carnival Cruise Line, the most popular cruise brand in the world. When are Carnival cruise ships coming back to the United States, and what can we expect? Well, Christine Duffy's going to tell us.
We know how anxious everyone is to return to work, and I want you to know that we are doing everything we can to make that happen, starting with getting our ships back into U.S. waters. 16 Carnival Cruise Line ships are now following the procedures required by the U.S. CDC to return to the U.S. and take the next steps to prepare for guest operations. We were very excited last week to welcome Carnival Horizon back to Miami. And Carnival Breeze is up next, and she'll be followed by many others during the month of December.
All right, so there you hear it. 16 cruise ships making their way back to the United States, jumping into the process that the CDC has set up, starting with the Horizon making its way already in Miami. The Breeze is shortly behind. The rest of the ships are coming in December. The interesting thing here, the big tie-in, is the CDC is keeping a list that you can look at of the ships that are working through the process. It all starts with the crew and the repatriation of the crew if things go bad. I'll leave a link above to the video where I was talking about 30 cruise ships that are already on that list. You can track their status. And this list is updated weekly. I'll leave a link to that in the first comment of this video if you want to bookmark that link so that you can track along. But over the next few weeks, we should see these Carnival cruise ships showing up on that CDC list. But yeah, so 16 cruise ships coming, the Horizon already here, the Breeze on the way, and more to come. That also leads us into the next question. What about the Carnival Mardi Gras? That's one of the most anticipated ships of the year. What's the dealio, Christine Duffy, with the Carnival Mardi Gras?
Our amazing shipyard team is on the ground at the yard in Finland, preparing for the delivery of our beautiful Mardi Gras ship later this month. Now, the situation continues to evolve rapidly and change sometimes every day. Today, we announced that we are canceling all cruises through February 2021. And as you may have seen, Royal Caribbean and NCL have done the same. We've also decided to move the Mardi Gras inaugural sailing from February to late April.
Okay, so Mardi Gras still on schedule to be finished. They expect to take ownership, it looks like, at the end of this month, but delaying the inaugural sailing of the Mardi Gras until April. That was part of the announcement that we covered last week. But I don't know, it's probably just me reading into it, but there does seem to be a subtle excitement there with Christine Duffy about the Mardi Gras. Of course, that's going to be a big feather in Carnival Cruise Line's hat, even in the middle of the pandemic. The next topic she jumps into is one that we've all struggled with, that we've contemplated a little bit. What will cruising look like in 2021?
We are happy to have received a roadmap from the CDC to resume cruising, but it's important for all of us to recognize this will take time. Our return to operation will be a gradual one through the course of 2021. Every ship must operate a practice or test cruise to demonstrate to CDC and other regulators that we are able to meet all of their requirements and operate safely. As we have more information and details about these cruises, all of their requirements, and operate safely.
So not really much more than what we already know. She outlines that there are definitely some CDC hoops to jump through. Every cruise ship has to have a test cruise. This will be a big hurdle for every cruise line out there. You hear the recognition of it in Christine Duffy's conversation there. So we're still not at a closer answer. What do we think that cruising will look like in 2021? It'll still be that trickle that I've been talking about for months. Few cruises here and there, getting more confident that cruising can happen. Even if, I know the vaccine's a big conversation right now. Even if the vaccine is widely distributed, will it be enough to turn the faucet fully on for cruising? 2021, it's going to be just getting started again, and it probably will be most of the year. And you hear those sentiments echoed there with Christine Duffy. Now, honestly, I've never talked to Christine Duffy face to face, but if I did, what I'd ask her to do, right? I would say, Christine, if you like staying up to date on the latest in cruising, I got you covered. Please consider subscribing to the Lido Loca YouTube channel with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of my updates. And I believe that Christine would hit the subscribe button and click the bell, so that's what I think. Okay, back to the question. Of course, the big question is, what does this mean for the crew? If you're somebody that's waiting to go back to work for Carnival Cruise Line, what does it mean? And this is a very real question for so many people struggling right now during the pandemic. Businesses are closed, jobs have gone away, people that aren't able to work at home. It's a challenge. And so there's people around the world scratching their head asking this question. It's an interesting section coming up. If I were a crew member, I'm not 100% how I would take this. Here we go. What should the crew be anticipating?
As we have more information and details about these cruises, we will be able to share with you with greater certainty when we can call our crew back. We really do see 2021 as a year of transition back to our operation. As always, we are committed to giving you as much advance notice as possible about returning. So, in the meantime, if you need to, you should consider part-time or temporary work while you await your return to us.
So yeah, if I'm a crew member there and I'm waiting to be called back onto a cruise ship, I mean, you told me I got 16 cruise ships coming, but then you've kind of broken me into it. It's uncertain, not sure when we're going to go. There's challenges because of COVID. And, but now you're like, you might get a part-time job if you need the money. So not the best message. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, should you get a part-time job for January, February? Should you just get a part-time job and wait it out? If you're a Carnival crew member out there, how do you take that information? I think it's a fair message. Like, I've got no problem with the message that she's delivering, but it's probably not the message you want to hear if you're a crew member waiting to go back to work at a job that's possibly your career. And so I appreciate the fact that she's not leading anybody on, right? And so that's a big thing. And then she winds down this talk with a big announcement, and it's a pretty exciting announcement. We've speculated the answer to this question. I won't even tell you the question. I'll just let Christine Duffy tell you the stuff.
The Carnival brand will be the first of Carnival Corporation ships to return to sailing in the United States. And
Boom.
I know I can't wait to see your smiling faces along with our guests back on board just as soon as we can.
So the big announcement of all of the Carnival Corporation brands that could sail first in the United States, of course, it's going to be Carnival Cruise Line. They've got stuff underway. Now, we don't know when that's going to start. The first official dates are in March, where cruising could resume for Carnival Corporation. And but as you've listened to this, I'm sure you glean that there is a lot of uncertainty there. There you go. You've had it directly from the leader of Carnival Cruise Line. She works right there for Arnold Donald, who's the CEO and president of Carnival Corporation. So it doesn't get any more from a direct source than that. So what do you think? That's interesting information, exciting information about the cruise ships coming back, but then challenging information about the crew having this uncertain time before they start working again. What are your takeaways? Are you feeling Carnival cruises in March of 2021? One or two? Do you think there'll be one Carnival cruise in March of 2021? Is that just a pipe dream? Are we looking longer? What do you think? Interesting information. Thank you so much for watching the Cruise News Show. Please show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.